People are like onions, you have to peel them back to see what you're getting. In this video, I'll be applying 2 concepts of communication privacy management theory and relating it back to an encounter that I've had with a coworker. Now, in a typical conversation that you have in depth with a person, it's going to seem more like a risk to you because you are the one that's risking and giving that information out, and to that person is going to be more of a reward because they are receiving the information. To preview, I will be defining 2 concepts of this theory. I'll be relating it to a situation, and lastly, I'm going to give you all some recommendations. The first concept is social penetration. That can be defined as identifying the process of disclosure and intimacy of a relationship. Think of social penetration as that onion I showed earlier. The inside core is going to be the more private self, and the outside layer is going to be your more public self, the more readily available information that you're willing to give out to people. For an example, think of someone who has lots of tattoos. When you first glance at those tattoos, you might find out a little more information about that person, but not really. It isn't until they disclose the connection they have with it or the meaning, the reason why they got it, that's going to disclose more about that person. Now, the second term is social exchange. That can be defined as constantly weighing out costs and rewards of anything you do. An example for that could be, let's say you have a friend who is constantly partying and drinking and you're not really about that lifestyle, you don't do that. You are going to be weighing out the costs and rewards of keeping that friendship. Is it really that important to have? Are there bad decisions weighing on you? So now I'm going to break down my situation that I've had in the past week. So whenever you meet new people, it's really easy to think of social penetration and social exchange because that's when you don't know a person at all. That's when you want to try to get to know them. You need a balance of how much you're going to tell this person the first day or the first week, the first month, how much you're going to hold to yourself. What are the balances between the risk and rewards? Can this be a friendship or is this someone you can't trust? So my situation I'm in, I work in a restaurant and I was asked to train this new girl. And so the first day I'm training her, she's very nice. We start talking about where she's from, very small chat, how's the weather. So she's from California. I found out about her. I relate back by saying I went on vacation in California, I visited these parts, and so now we're talking about something that we can relate on. And that's more of the breadth of penetrating the sphere. Basic things like she has a boyfriend, not much detail about it, why she moved here out with her boyfriend was the reason. And I didn't really disclose a lot of information at first. That's not really how I am. And then I was actually surprised the first day. She started talking more in depth. She disclosed that she used to be an addict to heroin, and now she's recovered. And it was a really positive thing for her. So I think it helps her to, say these things out loud and be really proud. And I was very respectful and happy for her, even though I don't really know anything about her yet. And the reward I got from that is that she did feel comfortable to tell me these things. She used to be in jail, things that I might be embarrassed to say, but she owned it and felt very comfortable. So then that made me feel more comfortable, and then I found myself disclosing more information about my family life and just things that on a typical first-time basis, I wouldn't say these things. And then by the 4th day of training her, I feel like I know so much about her. I feel like I've been friends with her for a very long time. So it was very, very rewarding for the both of us. She could have felt vulnerable or embarrassed and held that information back. So, in the book, Theories of Human Communication, it states we are constantly making decisions about what to reveal, who should have this information, and when and how we're going to reveal it. So, as you keep this quote in mind, my number one advice is to be respectful and non-judgmental so that people want to keep disclosing and you guys will both feel comfortable. Second word of advice is both people need to negotiate and coordinate their boundaries. So in conclusion, social penetration and social exchange is a natural and a positive thing to happen. I applied these two concepts with an encounter I had with a coworker, and I argued that although disclosing information may seem like a risk at first, it can be a good risk. And to recap, I defined, I analyzed it, and give you all some recommendations. So the next time you meet someone new, just remember that they are just like this onion. Thank you for watching.